No matter how many times you do this, when you come to a new water in search of a pike, there's always an extra buzz, a bit of a tingle, as you never quite know what you may encounter. Well, good morning and welcome back to An Angler's Diary. Thank you for joining me. This could be a very short session. I've managed to pick a day to come back to the new water when we've got 60-mile-an-hour winds blowing and from exactly the wrong direction, which is a bit of a pain, to be quite honest. Those of you that follow the channel, thank you, may recall that before Christmas I came to this new water, or waters, just to see if I could catch a fish. And that first visit I failed miserably. And I did say that I would come back again to fish the smaller lake. This is the big lake which I fished last time, but I did say I would try and get back and fish the smaller lake. Well, I've had a look and the smaller lake is right in the teeth of the gale, so frankly it would be very difficult to fish and impossible to talk to you guys. So I'm hoping by coming here, which is where I was last time, that at least you'll be able to hear me, and hopefully I might be able to get a fish to show you. Let me get finished sorted out. So, why choose today to fish here? I hear you ask. Well, in order to get to fish at all, I bought a winter ticket for the waters, which ran from the beginning of November through to the end of January, and today is the 31st of January, so it was today or never, basically. I wouldn't care. I could have come at the weekend. The weather was far more sympathetic than it is today. I'm hoping you're going to be able to hear me over the wind, but I'm not really going to know that until I get home tonight. So, as I say, we'll just see how it goes. It could be a very short session. Oh, and if you're wondering why I didn't come back sooner to give the place a try, well, I did. Middle of last week, it was frozen solid. So I think the conditions have conspired against me somewhat as far as this experiment was concerned. Hey ho. Well, tactics today, same old, same as last time. 2 float suspended sardine baits, and possibly the only positive about the weather conditions is that I've got the wind on my back, so drifting the floats around just isn't going to be a problem. We'll try just a little bit deeper just to see. The water is incredibly clear, so any pike that are down there, if there are any down there, should have no problem seeing the bait. It's the operative word there, of course, was if. I'll try just a bit further out, I think. Well, that's around halfway through the session, and no signs of any activity at all. I was just sitting thinking, I think January is my least productive month of the pike fishing season. Certainly it's it's my least favourite month of the season. On the waters I fish, the most productive months are October, November and December. And January, whether it's just me or not, I don't know, but January seems to be a bit of a hole in the middle of the season. February and early March can be okay, although location becomes increasingly important as the month of February goes on, because the fish are not as spread out. They start to gather, and so knowing where to go is kind of more important. After early March, it's a lottery on the waters I fish, because the seasons the way they are at the moment, it's almost impossible to predict when the pike are going to spawn. And of course, once they've started spawning, you may as well, in fact you're better off leaving them alone to get on with it. Your chances of catching fish are much reduced, I suspect. But January, no, certainly my least favourite month of the pike season. If it wasn't for the few fish I got on the river at the beginning of the month, I'd have had a blank January. So perhaps if I should go back to the rivers again and see if I can improve my catch rate. Anything happens, I'll let you know, don't worry. Still nothing to report. Well, other than the fact that the bailiff has just been round for a chat, and that wasn't good news either. He tells me that there've been one or two people fishing for the pike on not only on this pond but on the small pond that I had hoped to fish this morning, and nothing has been caught. So perhaps it's not just me. So I'm afraid that's another new water blank. My my 20 quid investment in a winter ticket hasn't paid off, or at least not in terms of a fish anyway. But I think, as I said in the first video, in the first visit, fishing in an unknown water like this, there's always an extra edge, a bit of a tingle as to what might happen or not, as the case may be. Sadly, the unknown in this case remains unknown, and that's 2 blanks in a row. So I feel the need to be back on a river, so that's almost certainly what'll be next. If you've watched it this far, I am very grateful, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.